This is a stimulus update and daily news report. I'll give you the latest details regarding the infrastructure package and reconciliation bill. I'll also play a video clip by Bernie Sanders talking about those topics. Also, what's the latest with a fourth stimulus check and how new $500 monthly checks may be going out in your area. I'll give you all those details and I'll answer a couple questions at the end. If you're having a terrific Tuesday, if you appreciate these fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. So MIT and Harvard engineers create a new face mask that can detect COVID-19 infection. So basically you put on this mask, you wear it, and within 90 minutes it'll let you know if you have COVID or not. Pretty interesting technology. I guess it's better than taking a swab sticking up your nose. You just breathe into a mask for 90 minutes and you know whether or not you have COVID. So let me know your thoughts on that. Is that a good idea, bad idea? Next, let's talk about what's going on with unemployment. So more jobless workers are suing their states for ending the unemployment benefits early. So far, Indiana, Texas, and Maryland have sued their states for canceling the $300 per week federal unemployment boost. And as of now, it looks like Indiana is the only state that has ruled for that. So a judge suspends early cutoff of unemployment aid in Indiana, saying it could cause irreparable harm. Now, this is a big deal because this means that potentially in all the other states, I think it's around 26, 27 states, and about half of them have canceled their unemployment benefits so far. Those states could have a bunch of lawsuits happening right now, and the unemployment boost could be reversed as it was in Indiana, I guess kind of short term. And a new poll came out saying that 52% of Americans believe that $300 weekly federal unemployment boost should end immediately. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think that the federal $300 per week boost should end now? Should it end early? Should it go on until September 6th? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. Next, let's talk about what's going on with all this drama with infrastructure, reconciliation bills, stimulus checks. What is happening? Why is it taking so long? So Bernie Sanders to Biden and Manchin said, no reconciliation bill, no deal. Here's a video clip of Bernie Sanders just last night talking about this.
One of the things that has bothered me in the last month or so is there's a lot of talk about numbers, 6 trillion, big number. A lot of talk about process. You know what there is not a lot of talk about? About the needs of working class Americans and what we have got to do. So the truth is that real wages in America today are lower than they were 48 years ago. The very, very rich are getting richer. And what some of us are saying is if we're going to retain the faith of the American people in their government, we're going to have to stand up for them and not just the big money interests. So let me just tell you what is going to be in this bill. First of all, you got to deal with climate. Right now, the West Coast is, aflame in a sense. It's record-breaking heat wave, Australia, etc. We have got to deal with climate. And if we do not significantly invest in transforming our energy system, future generations will never forgive us. Today, Chris, we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of any major country on earth. That is why we have to extend or make permanent the child tax credit, $300 per child for working class families. Does anyone deny that our child care system is totally dysfunctional? We have got to deal with that. In the richest country on earth, you got elderly people who have no teeth in their mouth because Medicare does not cover dental. We don't cover hearing aids. We don't cover eyeglasses. We have got to do that. We have got to have universal pre-K. We have got to have a major housing bill because you got 500,000 people who are sleeping out on the streets and 18 million households spending 50% of their limited incomes on housing. We've got to make higher education affordable. Those are the issues that are important to the American people, and that is why we need a major reconciliation bill to start addressing the crises facing ordinary Americans.
Bernie Sanders consistently speaks with a lot of passion about what he's talking about, but do you agree? Do you think it's okay to have the Democrats have their own reconciliation bill along with the bipartisan package? What do you think about these ultimatums? Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Looks like Mitch McConnell, Senate Minority Leader, is jumping into the drama as well. Mitch McConnell tries to derail Democratic infrastructure strategy. So we have the bipartisan plan, which is just going to be physical infrastructure infrastructure, and we still don't know exactly what's in it, how it's going to be paid for, but we're just being told that there's a deal. And then we also have the reconciliation bill, which is going to have everything that the Democrats want, basically a wish list of all these different stimulus programs, human infrastructure, care infrastructure, and the Republicans are not too happy about it. I don't think it's a matter of that is both being passed together. I just think Republicans don't want to spend that much money on all those things. So Mitch McConnell said, don't hold bipartisan bill hostage. More specifically, what he said is unless Leader Schumer and Speaker Pelosi walk back their threats that they will refuse to send the president bipartisan infrastructure bill unless they also separately pass trillions of dollars for unrelated tax hikes, wasteful spending, and Green New Deal socialism, then President Biden's walk back on his veto threat would be a hollow gesture. So basically, what he's saying is he wants Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi to stop threatening that they're not going to hold a vote in either the Senate or the House for the bipartisan package if there's no reconciliation bill along with it. Now, this was asked to White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki about this. If one comes before the other, is President Biden going to sign it? Here's what she said about that.
Romney told Jake Tapper that his reading of the president's statement over the weekend was if the infrastructure bill reaches his desk and it comes alone, he will sign it. Is that an accurate reading of that statement from the president?
The president looks forward to and expects to sign each piece of legislation into law. And he's going to work his heart out, getting both of them across the finish line.
But if if the infrastructure bill arrives and the reconciliation package is not here yet, no one has clarified that yes, he will sign it. So,
well, again, Caitlin, I know we're quite focused sometimes on process in here, but and hypotheticals. The president's focused on selling this package to the American people, both packages, I should say. That's what he'll be doing tomorrow in Wisconsin, and we'll be working closely with leaders in Congress to move both of these pieces of legislation forward.
Okay, so the White House is not going to say, yes, he will sign the infrastructure bill if it comes alone to his desk.
The president expects to sign each piece of legislation into law.
To be honest, she wasn't too clear with that answer, which brings up a big question. You know, should the horse come first, the carriage come first? What's going to happen? Are we going to do the reconciliation along with the infrastructure? If you don't care about that and all you care about is a fourth stimulus check, let's talk about that. So where do things stand with another relief payment regarding a fourth stimulus check? Well, there's a lot of support from lawmakers in Congress who want to have a fourth stimulus check. There's a lot of support if we look at this petition right here. Over 2,444,000 have signed for a $2,000 per month check, but I'm sure people would be happy with even just a single stimulus check as opposed to having nothing at all. At this point, we still don't know what's going on, along with a lot of other proposals. They're just taking so long with the infrastructure package, figuring out what the pay-fors are, if it's going to be bipartisan reconciliation bill. Even though they came up with an agreement that there is a deal on a bipartisan infrastructure package, the whole thing could fall apart and everything could just go through reconciliation. To be honest, everything is taking way too long. In yesterday's video, I went over the timeline and showed you the exact congressional calendar of exactly when a vote could happen. It seems that the earliest vote that could happen is July 12th, and before a July 12th vote, we would have to know what exactly is in these packages. So when it comes to a fourth stimulus check, we don't know if that's going to be in it or not, but there is a lot of fight for that, including with the increase in Social Security, home buyers credits, Medicare expansion, which I've spoken a lot about, and a lot of politicians are pushing for, but unfortunately we just don't know the details of what's in the packages yet. But similar to a fourth stimulus check that could be recurring, you may be sent $500 per month in universal basic income payments as a push for cash gains momentum. So I'll give you the latest details on what's going on with the universal basic income. Basically, what that means is that you just get paid monthly checks for not doing anything. No requirements, no employment required, nothing like that. It's just going by different mayors in different cities and towns and counties are just offering these checks. So it was done in Compton, California, Richmond, Virginia, and basically the latest one was in upstate New York. So in Ulster County in New York, anyone who earned less than $46,900 per year has started to receive the $500 monthly payments as a pilot program for the universal basic income. So basically, they're doing a lot of experiments around the country for universal basic income, see if it's a good idea or not. Let me know your thoughts on this. Is this a good idea? Is universal basic income going to help people? Is it going to hurt people? So this is also part of a bigger movement. So all of these cities here, if you see your city on here, this is where they're going to have the universal basic income programs. It's part of a program called Mayors for a Guaranteed Income. These are all the different mayors. It actually started by Michael D. Tubbs, who was the mayor in Stockton, and he was the first one who did the Stockton guaranteed income, which was for the universal basic income. And basically what came out of that, the study said employment rose among those in free money experiments. So basically what happened is in Stockton, there was 125 people who got $500 per month for 2 years, and they weren't told how to spend it, what to do. They just had free will to what they wanted to do with the money. And what they did is they paid off their debt, they got full-time jobs, and reported lower rates of anxiety and depression, according to a study. So there was a really good positive outcome from that study, which is why they're trying to roll it out in a lot of different cities across the country, because this may help a lot more people. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think universal basic income is a good idea, bad idea? Really curious about what you think about that. Next, I'm going to answer a couple questions you leave for me in the comments. Mary Pierce asks, where do I go to find out if I qualify for any stimulus programs out there? Unfortunately, there's no central stimulus website where you just type in your name or your location and you get all these stimulus programs coming up to you. Unfortunately, news outlets don't really mention it. I mention it on my YouTube channel, and I have to look in a lot of different places and do a lot of research to pull up all these programs. There's also other great YouTube channels out there. Personally, I prefer the YouTube channels where they show the articles, show exactly where it's coming from, because I've seen some other channels where they just talk and you don't know where the information's coming from and it could be false. So that's why I like to show the articles whenever I mention something. This way you know exactly where it's coming from, and I try to make it fact-based, fast-paced. Also, keep in mind, still these scammers popping around. This is not me. I'm not going to ask you to text me or reach out to me on WhatsApp. Nothing against you. I just don't do that, and these scammers are still coming around. This one says pinned by Wisefly. This makes no sense. Next, Roses asks, can you tell us more about where or which housing mortgage assistance agency we could connect in California? So it all depends on different states. So every state is going to have their own housing agency that you would have to reach out to and then apply for the mortgage assistance, which is up to $10 billion. So in California, I would just Google it and type in California Housing Agency, and then you could find it that way. And whichever other state you're in, find their housing agency and mortgage assistance and apply through it that way. Next question comes from Steph Zirzo Engerson. What about those that get a vaccine? I don't like that idea. They're making it where people that don't get the vaccine are going to have to be stuck at home, which is not fair. So I mentioned about how the vaccine passports are going on in states, not on a federal level yet, but just I give updates on vaccine passports as well. Anyways, that is all the stimulus news I have for you today. To hopefully cheer you up a bit, here is my 7-year-old daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, so my name is Bella. This is the tip of the day. If you make a mistake, then it's okay. You learn from your mistake, it makes you a better person. So it's okay. It's okay. We still love you. We like you a lot. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. As you can see, we are still in Wilmington, North Carolina. We had an amazing day at the beach yesterday. I didn't bring my phone. We just kind of parked the car and walked to the beach barefoot and with our bathing suits on, but had a great time. It was like around sunset. The weather was beautiful. Waves are great. But before that, I did take videos. We found a trampoline park. My kids love trampoline parks, so we found this really cool one. Kids were having a lot of fun there, as you can see in the footage here. So yeah, we're gonna probably go again to the beach today and do some more fun things. Just have a good time. Anyways, I hope you enjoy your Tuesday, and if you want to check out any of my other videos, you can click either of these links on the screen right here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.